All right, once again, hello and welcome to our latest Zoey Merchant webinar. This is Josh speaking from Zoey's partnerships team, and it's really our pleasure to have you on today's call. We're going to introduce you today to our partner, 71 Pounds. We have Bob and Christine on the line, and they're going to talk a little bit about some things you need to know about shipping and how you can benefit from just having tools that help you be a bit more attentive to what's going on, both with what's been shipped and issues with shipping. Before we do that, though, we just want to remind you about the series and what we're trying to accomplish for you as our merchants. Our goal is really to help you understand what's going on beyond Zoey. There's lots of great tools, technology, and software that can help you be more efficient with your business, grow your revenue, or reduce your costs. As such, our webinar series is going to introduce you to solutions that can benefit you, as well as tools within Zoey that can help you as well. So some of the topics will cover Zoey, but some of the topics like today will not, and we'll cover solutions that work with Zoey or with Zoey merchants. Our presenters are going to be a cross-section from throughout our ecosystem, including technology partners that have solutions that work with Zoey, agency partners that build on Zoey and have expertise in various topics, as well as third-party providers that have solutions that can work with any merchant, no matter who you're with. And also, our team will also present topics that are of importance. This is the second in our webinar series, so we want to remind you that there is a webinar page on our website, zoey.com/merchant-webinars, where you can see all of our upcoming webinars. And just to show you that page very quickly, you can see that we actually have a couple of other webinars already scheduled for later in March, as well as one so far in April with a couple more to come. You're also able to see the recordings of webinars that you may have missed, especially if there are topics that are of interest to you. So our topic from 2 weeks ago was currency conversion. You're able to view the recording and the presentation on the same page. We're also going to make them available in other ways such as YouTube over time. So we definitely encourage you to check out the previous presentations if you missed it and the topic is relevant to you. We want to remind you that this is an interactive presentation. After we're done, we're going to have a Q&A section where you can submit your questions and let us know what questions are on your mind. So please use the questions feature inside GoToWebinar to let us know what questions you have. You can submit your questions at any time during the presentation, and at the end, during the Q&A session, we will review the questions and provide you with as many answers as we can. If we happen to run out of time before we get to all of your questions, we will send out a follow-up email afterwards, and we'll be able to give you some answers via email. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce Christine at 71 Pounds. She's going to talk to you a little bit more about what they offer and why shipping is such an important topic for every merchant.
Thanks, Josh, so much. My name is Christine Ridgely, and I'm the partner manager here at 71 Pounds and get the pleasure of working with Zoey directly to add value to its customers like yourself. We're happy you're joining us today. I also have from our team Bob James. He is a business development manager here. His main responsibility is working with customers to help them understand their opportunities to positively impact your business by using our service, especially as it relates to shipping. In a few moments, Bob's going to run through a demo of our dashboard so you can see how it will positively impact how you're looking at your shipping, the decisions you're making in terms of your operations, your marketing, etc., beyond just the optimization of spend. 71 Pounds is a human-powered software solution. We're backed by a team of professionals that will identify and claim the shipping refunds your business is entitled to. So we again are a proud partner of Zoey, and they asked us to share with you as merchants how we are able to help your business optimize your spend. So let's go ahead and move forward. We all know that in life, service failures do occur. This happens in all areas and does not exclude business. So you probably have noticed, if you are shipping with FedEx or UPS specifically, that deliveries sometimes arrive late. It's inevitable. Invoice errors do happen. Nobody is perfect. Sometimes you're charged inaccurately, and chasing down when that does happen is not often an easy task. And of course, sometimes when you're shipping your products, they can be lost or even damaged. So you have to be alert and hold your carrier accountable, and be certain that you're paying for what you agree to in today's business environment. We definitely encourage that. We've seen from our experiences and those of our customers that you need to be vigilant and persistent in order to get the refunds that you are due. So let's try to take a look at some of the different types of refunds so that you are aware as you're navigating the process of claiming them. All refunds must be claimed. So as you might imagine, the process is time-consuming and is not made simple. It's quite difficult and to navigate. So that's where outsourcing to companies like 71 Pounds is often useful for a business. So in terms of the refund opportunities, the ones that you need to look out for. We had mentioned the areas where there will be inevitable failures or miscalculations. So with a late delivery, we find that you can, on all overnight, ground, and international, we don't find, the carriers guarantee that if it is late, even by 60 seconds, that you, as a business, are entitled to 100% money-back guarantee. So if you're paying for the carrier, in this case, to provide you with a premium service that you can track and that you know that will be delivered, you need to hold them accountable for that, and it just makes good sense to track them. Many businesses don't have that time or the resources. They're busy getting orders out the door, and often don't have time to even look back to see, did it get there? And in some cases, the customer may call and tell you that it is late, but this doesn't always happen. The world is such now that we're notified when a package might be coming a little late. So as a customer, we tend to let it go a little bit, but you are paying for a service from the carrier. So for you as a business, making sure that you're paying for that and receiving that service, if it's not delivered, and claiming that refund, it's definitely imperative. Also, we had talked about a little, about invoice auditing. When you are invoiced by your carrier, it's not always the case that you're going to be charged accurately. Bob's going to show you a little bit about the various unnecessary surcharges. There's incorrect rates that could be assessed to your invoice, and other discrepancies that arise that when you look at where your shipping spend is and what portion of your business and ultimate P&L, you want to be sure to find where the incorrect invoice errors are happening. So, and then again, lost and damaged packages. I'm certain that as you've shipped things out, or as a consumer as well, you receive a package that is damaged, or you don't receive a package at all. So those shipments are due a refund. At this point in our discussion, it's probably obvious where the value of shipment auditing comes in. You will find will lower your shipping expenses because you're only paying what you're agreeing to. You're actually out there actively making sure that if it is late, you do get the guarantee and the reimbursement credited back to your account. Our customers also say that it helps them understand their shipping spend and trends as they utilize their dashboard with us, because there is reporting and analytics built in, and it'll allow you to track and verify your shipment details and to better negotiate with your shipping carrier as you understand more fully where your shipments are going to, what zones they're being shipped to, and understanding other facets of your shipping and spend. You can use the the information that you're getting to help you optimize your logistics operation by perhaps noticing that you're printing out labels that you are putting in the garbage can that you're still paying for. So really delving down into the data through a dashboard allows you to make sure that you can ultimately change how you're doing your business from an operations perspective to a better practice, and refine marketing strategies. So Bob will outline that as well. If you're shipping to a certain zone that more than the ones that you believe that are really buying your product, it helps you get some insight into, hey, well, maybe I need to refine that strategy, maybe do a little bit more marketing there. That was unexpected. And finally, if any of you have looked in your FedEx and or UPS accounts lately, it can be quite difficult to parse through the information just on each of the individual carriers' sites themselves. So when you get to consolidate that information in one tool, it makes it easier to manage it across the board. So overall, it's important to understand what your investment is, and to be able to have the tools to speak intelligently to your carriers and to other departments within your company as you strategize. So as I mentioned earlier, 71 Pounds is going to proactively monitor for all of these different types of refunds, and we do so with an automated proprietary software that, again, is backed by individuals here who will fight for that refund. And and then once the refunds are claimed, you as a company, not having to have done anything but put it in a trusted advisor's hands, will see the refunds credited directly into your account. So it's quite a simple process, and at this point I would love to ask Bob to kind of delve a little deeper into our tool so that you can see the type of information that is available as it relates to your shipping. Bob?
Yes, thank you, Christine. I appreciate the intro. I'm going to show my screen here. Let me know if you're viewing the overview screen, Christine. Can you see that one?
I sure can.
Excellent. Okay. So if you were to become a 71 Pounds customer, this is going to be the landing page in which you would come to. It's just a basic broad strokes overview of your shipping operation. As Christine mentioned, there's a lot of different ways we can identify refund opportunities for you, whether it be a late shipment or a invoice discrepancy or lost or damaged packages. Not a lot of people are aware that even ground packages, ground shipments are time sensitive as well. There's day sensitive. So if you have a ground package that's late by a day, or an expedited package late by just a minute, we can file a refund for you and get your money back, credited back to your account. So going into this overview, it's going to show you what your refund year-to-date amount would be, the total number of shipments year-to-date, the total number of shipments that have been refunded year-to-date, as well as your net shipping spend consolidated through FedEx and UPS. There's going to be a nice map tool here that'll show you your top 3 shipping destinations, as well as the top 3 shipping origins if you have multiple distribution centers, and then the average cost, the average weight, and the average zone associated with those areas. Once we get into the actual map tab, you can dive a little bit deeper into that, and I'll show you in just a minute. It'll show you your total quantity of shipments broken down by the service type. So again, showing your ground, your overnight, international shipments, and if you're using SurePost or SmartPost through FedEx and UPS, it'll also show that under your deferred and miscellaneous costs as well, and then those costs broken down into dollar amount by service as well. So again, pretty self-explanatory. I'm sure if you've been to UPS.com or FedEx.com, you can agree with me that this user interface is a lot nicer, some robust information, robust display here that helps you better understand your shipping costs. So moving along to the refunds and invoices tab, this is going to break down all your refunds, and again, going back to the refund types, You're going to have your late deliveries, which is money back guarantee, or your GSRs if you're using UPS. Another common surcharge discrepancy we notice is residential surcharges. If you're using UPS, then manifested not shipped can be a problem where you're printing duplicate labels and you're not voiding them out. We've noticed that this is an issue that is, goes across a lot of merchants, and once we're able to identify and remedy that, you're able to kind of band-aid that and avoid it from being a reoccurring issue. Address corrections. If you were to ship something to me, say at 7900 Nova Drive in Fort Lauderdale, your shipping label says Nova Drive with an abbreviation, but the United States Postal Service recognizes it as Nova Drive spelled out, you're going to get hit with a fee. So we identify when that happens, get the money credited directly back to your account. And there's about 60 plus other audit points that we go through, but they don't happen as frequently. So we just categorize them as other. It would just be too cumbersome if we had all that information, because it is so infrequent. So again, going back to your refund amounts, it'll show your life to date, the total refunds. You can sort by the last 12 months, the last month, your current month, and the total refunds, the average refund, and the shipments refunded associated. We also hold on to historical data for the last 12 months. So if you wanted to go into, say, a previous month to view the type of refunds you were getting, it would actually break it down by refund type for you, the account number associated with it, the carrier associated, the invoice, the posted date, and the posted credit. You can filter that by as many accounts as you'd like to add to your particular 71 pounds account, and by carrier as well. And then you can also reference any of the invoices from the past as well. If you go down to the bottom of the screen, you can see here there's abbreviations for refund types, but if for whatever reason you're getting confused at the bottom, there's a legend that will help you understand what the definitions of those types of refunds are. And again, these are the most common that we've noticed in our experience here at 71 pounds. The next tab over, going back to consolidation of data, instead of having to log into UPS.com or FedEx.com to see all your shipping, you can simply just click FedEx or UPS.com, or FedEx or UPS as the carrier rather, and it'll show all the tracking numbers, the shipment dates, the actual delivery date, the service type, and the carrier. If you click through the tracking number itself, it'll actually break down the shipping details. That'll show you, whether or not your package was delivered on time, the shipping cost details, the shipping destination, the shipping origin. A lot of times customers that ship, especially expedited shipments directly to consumers, they don't get a lot of customer feedback that they're maybe getting packages late. And the reason being is once you have, if you have an expedited package, I know personally as a consumer myself, if I order something, next day or 2-day air, I'm not expecting to get my package until I get home from work at, 6 o'clock or whatever the case may be. But, as a business, as a shipper, you're actually paying for that package to get there at a specific time on that second day. So a lot of times you're not going to hear your customers complaining about it. However, you are able to recover the money that you are spending on the shipping costs to get it there at specific times. So this is, going back to what Christine was saying, this is opportunity for you to lower your shipping costs, optimize your spend, and reduce the cost center, which could be your operations, your operations department. So, there's a lot of cost involved. There's not a lot of positive conversation as far as refund opportunities. So that's what we're trying to do, is trying to help you add more money or redirect more money rather back to your bottom line. All right, so moving on, and also you can download all of these files via XLS, PDF, or CSV, and we also will send you any customized reporting, because we're taking in all of your raw shipping data and basically digesting it and spitting it back out here for you to view more easily, so your user experience is better than it would be if you had gone to FedEx or UPS.com. Next tab over is going to be your spend tab, and this is just going to break down your shipping costs similar to what you saw on the overview. It's going to show your overnight, your ground, your international shipping, deferred, again, as we talked about, SurePost or SmartPost, the total surcharge and miscellaneous. If you notice that you have a high dollar amount in your surcharge and miscellaneous, this is a good opportunity, again, for us to do that second tier of service we provide, which is the invoice auditing, because we might be able to find some money there for you. You can also, again, spend breakdown, or the time parameters are going to be pretty consistent throughout the entire dashboard. So you can go last quarter, last month, this month, and then you can select it monthly if you'd like. You can do it by the spend amount or the number of transactions, and the shipping breakdown by charges, by the services, or domestic versus international. Now, Christina had mentioned that we help reduce shipping costs or give you the ammunition or provide the insights to help you speak more intelligently with your carriers. A lot of times in my experience, I've noticed that UPS and FedEx representatives will throw like blanket discounts across the board for shipping weights or shipping zones. Once we've been able to analyze your data and we have it populated in this dashboard, you can use it to your advantage when negotiating your rates with FedEx and UPS to, again, further optimize your spend. For instance, if this customer is not getting any discounts for packages under 18 pounds, this would be an opportunity for them to negotiate a better rate rather than get 25% discount across the board. Or same thing for shipping zone. As your product line changes and your marketing attempts change, maybe the demographic changes, this is going to be a good opportunity for you to notice those changes and then use this information to negotiate better rates for your shipping zones. The next tab over is going to be that map that we discussed in the overview here, and it's going to be the top 3 shipping states, the destinations, and you can also filter it by the top 4 to 6 shipping states. And as I had mentioned before, you can also change it from the shipping destination to the shipping origin. I've noticed that I've had some prospects that are customers as well that have been using this not only to identify where they're shipping from to make sure that their package is going out from the right place, but also to monitor any fraudulent activity. I mean, if you're only shipping from one origin, but you're noticing that packages going out from, say in this instance from California, there's an issue, and you should be investigating that. And a lot of the information, a lot of the features that we provide here is actually from a lot of the feedback we've gotten from doing demonstrations like this. So if after I finish with this, if there's any questions you have or any feedback that you may have about what might help you as a shipper, then we're all ears, because it's just constantly being customized. We're trying to evolve and make sure that we're including all of the right information that's readily available at your fingertips. So moving on to the alerts. The alerts tab is recent. We live in a world where push notifications are very, very common, right? I personally want to know when certain events are occurring, and I want that information sent to me on either my cell phone or via email. So this alerts tab is pretty neat because you can kind of customize different milestones or that you want to monitor, whether it's a UPS shipping spend alert, FedEx shipping spend alert, or simply you just want to see your refund activity and have that sent out to you. This is a great tool for you to use, and a lot of these examples here were created during demonstrations. So just to give you a quick snapshot of certain alerts that have been provided to us by customers, partners, prospects. Next over, premium services. So aside from just the shipping refunds, we also are rolling out shipping insurance. We also provide, or in the very near future, we'll be providing a tool that'll help you with proof of delivery, sending you a snapshot of your customers that sign for their packages. And the third main tier of service that we provide is the lost or damaged. Loss or damage is a little bit different than the shipping refunds, because the shipping cost is what's split there, and it's contingency-based work here. So we're not going to charge you any monthly monitoring fees. There's no upfront costs. It's simply, if we're able to help you by getting money redirected back to your shipping account, we would just take a percentage of that as the cost of doing business, and it's all found money for you if you currently don't have a process in place. And I'm sure it's a better spend of your time going back to the core of your business rather than fighting with UPS and FedEx, for late deliveries or other refund opportunities. But we do work with lost or damaged packages. So if you have a lost package that's not arrived within 2 weeks rather, we can file a claim for you there. Or if you have a damaged package reported by either the carrier or your customer, we can work with you on those as well. So that is our dashboard here, and if there's any questions, again, please feel free to reach out to us. But that does it. Christine, back to you.
Thank you, Bob. I hope that was useful for everybody to see the type of reporting that is available and the insights that it can offer to your business. we just wanted to mention a few things that make us different. There are other providers in this space, but we really do set ourselves apart, not just the quality of the software that is actually pulling the data and ensuring that you get your refunds and all of the other reporting that you're going to see on your dashboard, but we have a very strong commitment to our customers, and we want to make sure that we are their advocate and we are truly helping them fully optimize what it is that they're spending. So we dedicate relationship managers and a whole team across our organization to ensure that this is happening for you. And additionally, with that kind of same on that same note, we do try to leverage our partnership network with our customers as well. So in the case of Zoey, would there be, when we're talking to our customer, oh, okay, well, there would be a good match for them, and we'd like to share with you a partner of ours who could help you and your business succeed, because we're dedicated to that. So those are just a few things that we think make us different.
Yeah, let me jump in here real quick.
Sure.
I wanted to further delve into that. I mean, the partnership network is great because whatever kind of whatever solutions that we can't currently provide, you know, we want to make sure that we are helping you on multiple different channels here, not just the logistics, but you know, working with companies like Zoey, like Christine mentioned, and going back to the customer relationship support. I think if you are aware of these types of, you know, our type of industry and these types of companies that will audit for you, a lot of them treat it similar to how you would download like an application and just kind of run it automatically. You know, we pride ourselves on having a full team of staff that will work with you to make sure that any issues are resolved by humans, not necessarily just like an email. There, you know, if you pick up the phone and call, you're going to get somebody on the phone. So, you know, I know a lot of our customers are really satisfied with that level of service, because unfortunately it's dying out there, you know, where you have customer service teams that answer the phones. A lot of stuff is done via chat or via email or automation. So I just wanted to, you know, further I guess really explain that, you know, that's part of what we do here, is we pride ourselves on that human element. So sorry for interrupting you, Christine. I just wanted to.
No, that's okay. No, perfect. This is just, we're not here to prop ourselves up. The reason that the case studies are here is because we wanted to validate that we are meeting those needs of our customers, and we hope to help your business too, and that there are refunds available, and that they will help you optimize ultimately what you're spending. So these are just a few of the other companies that we're working with here. We work across industry and across size, so everybody can benefit from that. Bob, do you have anything else to add on the customer case study?
No, I think they're pretty self-explanatory. I mean, they really do speak for themselves. You know, some of these larger companies, I mean, not everybody, you can't expect, you know, that everybody's going to be able to get, you know, $65,000 in refunds on that amount of shipments. It's very relative to the type of shipping that you're doing, whether or not your shipping mix is really dedicated to a particular service, like you know, you're shipping a lot of expedited shipments, or if you're shipping more primarily ground, you might see less in refunds. But there are opportunities there. Again, it's what's your time worth, and how much time are you currently spending on this process, and what is your return on an investment of time, and does it make sense based on your shipping mix or your shipping spend to utilize a third party? You know, because we take on customers all shapes and sizes, so we you know, these are some great examples of successful companies, and there are many more. But you know, just come into the relationship with us with an open mind, just knowing that we got your back, and we want to help you reduce your shipping costs, and again, hold your carriers accountable for the service that you're paying so much money for.
And of course, as Bob showed you, the dashboard is just a tool then above and beyond the monetary refund. So.
Yep.
As we conclude, we just wanted to let you know how you sign up through our Zoey website, and you just simply go here to 71pounds.com/Zoey. If you do have any more questions, Bob is making himself available for you, and we have his contact information there. And should you choose to sign up, we'd like to thank you by putting a credit towards your account. And if you're working with Bob directly, he'll take care of all that for you, and our customer success team will be here to help get you onboarded. So we just want you to have the best impact that you can for your business, and we really appreciate your time today.
And one thing just to add about the link that's there is that if you go to the app and integration directory on Zoey.com and you click on the 71 pounds app page, that same link is what you get taken to. So you don't have to necessarily worry about bookmarking this now. You can go right to the Zoey website and click through. Just remember that promo code Zoey1, because that's the key to getting that credit. So Christine and Bob, first of all, thank you for the presentation. I'd like to remind everyone before we get started on the Q&A portion that if you have a question that you'd like for us to answer, there is a questions feature inside the GoToWebinar software where you can submit them. Please do so, and we'll be able to see your questions right on our screen, and then we'll be able to get you an answer. A couple things I wanted to ask first off, though, based on the presentation. I wanted to come back to cost a little bit because I think Bob kind of hit on that a little bit, but I think it's important to underscore that you guys have a very customer-friendly model when it comes to the pricing. So can you just talk a little bit about how much it costs to get an account and how much it costs to use the services?
Absolutely. So the industry standard is again, it's a contingency-based model. So it's the industry standard is typically a 50-50 split. You know, if we're able to get $100 in refunds in a given month or week or a day, however long, it's going to be half to the customer, half to 71 pounds. But that is open for negotiation depending on the shipping spend. So if anybody here that's attending or hears this recording down the road is a heavy shipper, or they just want to find out where they kind of lie, we would definitely love to talk with you about how we can work with you to make you feel comfortable in utilizing our service there. Going to the other one thing I wanted to mention that I don't think I mentioned during the demonstration is that again, it's based on shipping cost, or it's based on the shipping cost, so it's a split of that. But the lost or damaged side is a bit different. It's going to be declared value plus shipping cost. So the standard for that is going to be anything under $100 in product value plus shipping cost is 70-30 split in your advantage. And anything over $100 is going to be a 75-25 because we know that there's more skin in the game there for you as far as the product value goes, and so we want to make sure that you're getting the fair amount for the work that we're doing and allowing us to share those refunds with you.
And is there any monthly fees to having an account with 71 pounds other than the fees you just mentioned?
Absolutely not. No, there's no monthly monitoring fees, no upfront costs. If we don't find any refunds for you, you do get the benefit of having all the analytics for free. So it's a great use of the data.
So really, one of the reasons why I asked 71 pounds to join us and to present to our merchants is that if you're not doing this today, or if you're investing a lot of time today, do the math, because it's found money if you're not doing this today, right? If you have packages that are not being delivered in a timely manner, for instance, if you're not looking at your shipping costs, this can very much be found money for our customers. And the fact that it's pay per use as opposed to paying a monthly fee means that you don't have to pay until you actually have a benefit of it. So I think that's one of the things I wanted to underscore for the customers, and I just want to make sure it was absolutely clear. There's no cost at all to get started. And so we encourage everyone to at least take a look at this, because I think everybody ships if you have an online store, so therefore everybody has the potential to benefit from these services. And I also wanted to talk about customer size, because again, now that we're saying that it's a free account, what kind of customers can benefit from it? Some of our merchants are on the smaller side and are just getting started. Some of our merchants have been doing this for a while and are growing and doing more packages. When should they talk to you? Is there a certain point where they shouldn't, or is everybody really eligible here?
Anybody's eligible. We encourage people, especially these up-and-coming companies that you're mentioning, to start off with us early and let's grow together. You'll be able to see the benefit as soon as your shipping starts ramping up, And if you're growing rapidly, this is not something that necessarily going to be at the top of your priority list. So it is good to get in while you're still young. And even some of the larger companies that do have a heavy shipping volume established, we can work with anybody, any shape and size as far as the shipping volume goes. We don't turn any business down if that's what you're asking.
Absolutely. And then the final question that I'll bring to the table. And during your presentation, you mentioned optimizing shipping costs, and I think that's something that maybe not a lot of people think about. So I just wanted to sort of come back to that topic and just mention a couple of and kind of confirm a couple of examples. So you kind of mentioned zones, which maybe it'd be good to quickly just define zones for people who aren't familiar with it. But like, how would they benefit from optimizing their shipping costs around zones, and then around package size or weight? Rather, you had mentioned weight, I think, as another one. Just so people have a bit of an understanding about why that's important, and not just sort of taking what's coming to them off the shelf.
Sure. So as far as the shipping weight goes, FedEx and UPS will allow you to negotiate better rates depending on the volume you're shipping out with a certain package size. So, for instance, like, I don't know I'm sure you've probably gotten a package from Amazon. Maybe you ordered pens or something, but it comes in a giant box with bubble wrap, right? Or those bubble packets. And the reason why Amazon does that is because they get discounts on that particular box size or that shipping weight. So it's all about dimensional weight right there. So having that information readily available will help these customers, especially some of the ones in more of a early phase in their company, get a better hold of how they can optimize early with that particular area of shipping. And the same thing goes for the zone. I mean, if you're shipping most of your packages from New York to Florida, for instance, just for the sake of argument there, I would expect a discount if it's going for that particular zone. So those are just, again, other opportunities aside from just the refunds for us to help them lower their shipping costs, and then again further optimizing what they're spending on their shipping.
Right, so we've got merchants who specialize in sending certain types of items or packages, and if they're sending things and there's kind of a repeatable pattern that's going on there, they may be able to optimize by focusing in the benefits around those particular particular options. So exactly. I do see. Oops. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, just what you're saying is just optimizing on shipping trends is what it is. So that's exactly right.
Absolutely. Just as a note, I do see that someone has extended their hand inside the software, but for the purposes of the conversation, if you can submit your question into the questions, that would be great, and then we can answer your question for you if it's still pertinent. So while we're sort of just confirming whether that question comes through, I'm going to quickly just cover a couple of quick things about our webinar series. And we want to remind you that this is an ongoing series. We're going to be working with other partners just like 71 Pounds. You can see all of our upcoming webinars at zoey.com/merchant-webinars. We will also post a recording of this and other webinars there. We will also post the slides as well. So if you want to review the slides from 71 Pounds, we'll be able to provide that to you as well. We just wanted to quickly note that our next presentation is covering site security. We occasionally get asked by our customers how we protect them from issues around nefarious people or trying to get access to the sites in an inappropriate way. So we want to talk to you about that, and we also want to introduce you to TrustGuard, which is actually built into some of our packages. They do malware scanning and they help with PCI compliance. We actually may be adding a third presenter, which sort of flips the script, and how do we help you protect your customers from being sent in the wrong direction when they're trying to shop with you. So that'll be March 22nd at 1 p.m. Most of our webinars are 30 minutes. That one's going to be an hour because we have a little bit more to go over. The following week we'll have a 30-minute webinar, and this one we get a lot of questions about marketing. So for those of you who are interested in how to try to drive more traffic and sales, we're going to be talking with Storia, who has a traffic booster tool that is able to leverage the power of Google AdWords, Bing Ads, Facebook, and use both automated marketing marketing techniques and personalized customizations of those to be able to help you generate targeted traffic based on who you're trying to reach. That'll be March 29th. That's 10 a.m. Eastern, so that is earlier than our standard webinar time. Hopefully that helps those of you who are in Europe, maybe not so friendly for those on the west coast of the United States or Canada, but as always, we'll have a recording available. Doesn't look like the question came in, but if you have any questions that we didn't address today and you'd like to get an answer for it, please contact Bob, or you can email me, josh@zoey.com. I'm able to pass those questions on and help you get answers for them. And if you're interested in signing up for 71 pounds, again, remember you can go right to the zoey.com site, go to the app section, look them up, and click that link, and Zoey1 is your code to get that credit. I think that's going to do it. Thank you to Bob and Christine at 71 pounds for joining us today.
Thank you
Thanks
so
for
much.
having us.
Absolutely. And we'll see you all hopefully in 2 weeks at our next merchant webinar. Until then, have a wonderful day.